Hello everyone and welcome back. I am as always Inquisitor Ara and this is how to roleplay in World of Warcraft advanced role-playing techniques, and this week we are going to be taking a look at the Shal'dorei, or the Nightborne. The Shal'dorei are the mutation of the ancient highborn caste of night elves. Once trapped behind a magical shield in the ancient elven city of Suramar, it and its people were spared the destruction of the Sundering. But even as the shield saved them, it also imprisoned them. With no way of leaving its confines, the trapped highborn slowly became dependent on the resources of the city to survive. And with the Well of Eternity well and truly destroyed, the Nightwell became their source of magical sustenance. Please note that in this video, we will be discussing only the Nightborne. The Nightfallen, the withering exiles of Suramar, will be covered in a later video. The biggest thing that you need to know and really understand about roleplaying a Nightborne is the same thing you need to understand about the Highborn and the Blood Elves. It is the addiction to magic. And for the Nightborne, it isn't just about magic, but mana, and mana in large quantities. For 10,000 years, you subsisted on Arc wine made with the very essence of the Nightwell. It has infused every inch of your skin and every bone in your body, and if you do not get a steady supply, you almost immediately begin to wither. This is something that can take place in a matter of hours or days, but it will happen. This very physical need is ultimately the basis of Nightborne society. In Nightborne society, rarely is a crime punishable by death. Instead, the worst punishment fathomable by most Nightborne is exile beyond the shield and beyond the Nightwell's influence. Keep in mind that the Nightborne had until very recently no idea that anything existed beyond their shield. Exiled Nightborne were, therefore, believed to be thrust out into an inhospitable world with no form of sustenance. As such, most Nightborne at this point physically cannot travel far from Suramar because of this addiction. The source of their continued good health and sanity is the Nightwell. Unless they manage to have a steady supply shipped to them wherever they go, most Nightborne will not travel very far. The second major influence on Shal'dorei society is, once again, like it is with many elves and many different types of elves in Azeroth, magic. Magic is their lifeblood. Magic is a very large part of their lives, and every member of Shal'dorei society does use it to some degree. Another major thing for you to consider when deciding to roleplay one of the Nightborne is that most Nightborne, especially the noble class of Nightborne, are the enemies of the outsider forces that have recently come to the Broken Isles. Now, while this isn't true in all cases, it is true for the vast majority of well-to-do Nightborne. After all, they can continue to afford the exorbitant price of Arc wine and keep it flowing. They have no need to get help from outsiders because they have everything they need inside Suramar City. After all, loyalty is easy when your physical needs are met. The Shal'dorei also subscribe to the same views as they did before the shield went up. They are continuing on as if nothing has happened in the past 10,000 years. Suramar is like a time capsule. It's a peek into what Shal'dorei civilization was like at the height of its arcane power. Any Nightborne who disagree with Grand Magistrix Elisande do so quietly, and they do what they can to help the suffering inside the city itself. While they are more than open to getting assistance from outsiders, they live in constant fear of being discovered. They know exactly what fate befalls them if they are outed as traitors. And the final pillar of Shal'dorei society is their political and social structure. Because the most Nightborne, the other races, are considered lower class. The outside races exist externally to the Nightborne's very carefully crafted social structure. They place great value on this extremely stratified social construct of theirs and their place in it. They carefully monitor the ebb and flow of politics within their system. Outsiders have no place in it, and as such, they are viewed as lesser. They still consider themselves the height of Calderae civilization, and because of this, they have a massive superiority complex. As such, the Nightborne are extremely xenophobic. This means they are very rude. They are extremely rude to all non-Nightborne characters and may outright be hostile if spotted within the city limits of Suramar. So be warned, people may not like to RP with characters like this. RP a Nightborne at your own risk. Now let's go over some tips for role-playing a Nightborne. But really the only real tip I have for you is to keep it in Suramar. Sure, who wouldn't want to go out into the world? I'm certain that there are Nightborne within Suramar city limits that are very curious about what has happened in the past 10,000 years. After all, until recently, they did not know anything existed beyond the breaching shield of Suramar. Now they know better. They have no idea of Ragnaros. They know nothing of the Cataclysm. They remember Deathwing, but they don't know he's dead now. Worgen, the Worgen Curse, Pandaria, Wrath of the Lich King, none of this. All of this is new information to them. And certainly there are going to be some Shal'Darai who have a vested interest in finding out what exactly has happened since they've been trapped behind their shield. But it's physically very difficult for them to travel an extended time without the Nightwell's influence or the use of Arcane. And both of these things are directly tied to their survival. As such, you have very little need to travel beyond the bounds of Suramar. Also, if you keep your roleplay within the confines of Suramar City, it allows you to use your Shal'Darai disguise. Yes, this does kind of limit the characters that can be roleplaying as a Shal'Darai in Suramar City. You have to be 110 and you have to have Suramar City opened, but you will all look like Nightborne even if you do all look alike. Also, any Nightborne who may choose to venture outside of Suramar are likely to go no farther than Dalaran, and they are also likely to be very heavily scrutinized, both by other roleplayers who have had nothing but bad interactions with the Nightborne up to this point, and Nightborne NPCs or PCs who may be loyal to Grand Magistrix Elisand and could use your travels as a mean to expose you as a traitor and advance their own position in Shal'Darai society. Suramar is where you, as a Nightborne, are safest. So go out and explore the city. It really is one of the most well-detailed cities I think I have seen to date in World of Warcraft. You will have to be careful of the bodyguards and the guards who can expose your disguise. But there are several parts in the city that you can go to where there are very few of these guards. It's still beautiful, it's still expansive, and you can still just spend as much time there as you like. All in all, role-playing a Nightborne is a challenge, and there probably won't be that many of you given how extremely limited the Nightborne are in their own lore right now. That being said, if you want to give it a try, absolutely go for it. As I've said many times before, I am all about you role-playing what you want. So go on, get to max level, open up Suramar, and go explore the world as a Nightborne. Well, that is going to be it from me for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, if you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to comment below and don't forget to subscribe. I also have a Patreon. The link is in the description box below, as well as up in my channel header art. So if you want to help me improve my video quality, make sure you stop on by and donate. Remember, your donations go directly to things to improve the quality of my videos and may lead to more videos per week. Anyways, guys, thank you again so much for watching. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and I will see you again in Azeroth.